Are you one of those guys who likes crossovers but likes to keep it quiet? Yeah, me too. But this 2014 Buick Enclave might have you coming out of the crossover closet. I'm Tom Davis, and this is Life in the Left Lane. I almost read the comments on the internet before I drove this vehicle, and boy, am I glad that I didn't. You know, people are screaming because it's the Lambda-based SUV. It's the older GMC chassis. It's been around since 2008, but this thing rides just as nice as anything that's out there right now. I think that sometimes people get a little crazy with labels. You know, this thing has body roll. It wallows through the corners.
If it's on the internet, it has to be true. Now have a look. This is me flying down a single-lane goat path on the side of a hill. Watch as this 2-ton behemoth skates right through a 90-degree left turn with no problems whatsoever.
This truck has 288 horsepower. And yeah, I mean, it's not the fastest thing off the line, but I think that's plenty enough power to get you around. It gets decent mileage. I know it's hard to tell over video, but I mean, it's just so quiet going down the road on uneven surfaces. This is a backcountry road. It's absolutely solid. I mean, it's another great example of a good American car. You know, the difference between good and really good are the details. Manufacturers usually have two systems. They've got the gas cap with the string on it, or the gas cap with the shelf. The thing about the gas caps with the strings, you take them out, put them out right here, and they start banging against the paint. And they hang there. Every single time you get gas, you've got a piece of plastic digging into your paint job. Well, Buick, finally, someone gives you enough string to clear the paint. This car gives up nothing in interiors. American cars take a lot of grief about their surfaces. But this car in particular has 3 different things I really like. It's got soft, it's got smooth, and it's got sticky. This is like covered in some sort of spongy material that makes it perfect. When you're looking for grip when you're going for that door handle, it just feels right. Except for the bottom half of the doors. They still have that sort of cheap GM kind of almost like an igloo cooler type of appearance to them. But everything above the top half of the door is absolutely on par with anything from the Germans or the Japanese. Now, I've had 2 different entertainment systems in 2 different vehicles where one, you had the DVD player under the front passenger seat. So while you were going down the road, you were leaning over, you know, driving all over the road. And the second one, it was up here in the console itself. So you're actually breaking your neck trying to get back there. There's a disk drive right here inside the console or inside the head unit. Why is there another disk drive somewhere else? So let's take our movie, Cars, of course. As long as you're in park, you can see what's happening on the screen. This is invaluable for parents because I don't know how many times we've stuck a DVD in there, started going down the road, and then we have no idea what chapter it's on, what we're listening to, and then once you get through all the previews, you're trying to figure out how to hit the start button. Well, you put it in park, you can see what they're seeing, and then you just simply go to the menu. Once it's started, you can hit the road and get on with your life while they're enjoying the flick. You've got 3 rows of seats, not just piddly rows either. I mean, you can fit adults in the back very comfortably. I mean, I'm 6'3", and look, I can't begin to tell you the difference between the back of my wife's SUV and the room I have in this car. It's amazing. And I've got my own chair. There's actually quite a bit of room back here for a 3rd row. Of course, your spare tires underneath there, but you know, that's the great thing about these little cubby holes. You got something nasty or greasy, you stick it in there and then you save your carpet on the back end. Now the 3rd row seat's pretty simple. It's usual stuff. Pull the button, drops the headrest, throw it down, and then look at that. Look at all that room you've got right there. When it's time to put the seat back up, you simply reach in and grab the hook, right? Well, again, details. These hooks on some other SUVs I've seen, they've got lost down underneath here. Well, what Buick has done, it's very simple. There's a little tiny Velcro patch right there. Stick it to the back of the seat. It's always right where you need it.
But don't let these creature comforts fool you. There is another side to this thing. It's still a capable performer for the more moderate off-road operations. Buzzing down national park forest roads loaded with camping gear, pulling the boat back and forth to the house. And that all-wheel drive system is always there to save your butt no matter the season.
You've got lane detection, so you can see people in your blind spot. You've got a backup camera. Sure, pretty much everything you want, but you should have all of that when you're paying close to $50,000 for a car. Fair enough. There are a few things that I would change. There is a second sunroof, but it does not open.
Also, a key fob would be nice when you're dealing with a cart full of groceries and 3 kids. And maybe just a little bit more bling on the outside to help separate it from the Traverse.
This is Buick's best-selling model by far. And there's a darn good reason for it too, because this is a great SUV. The 2014 Buick Enclave. Highly recommended if you've got kids to haul or crap to carry. I'm Tom Davis, living life in the left lane.